been pretty positive. We are very optimistic of the season, especially with the rise in the gold price. We've seen good buying happening from the floors, and post the Sera onwards, there's been a good turnout which is witnessed on the floors. The important part is the Indian psychic always trusts an appreciating metal. So we've seen the metal has appreciated to a good price of 32,000, and that's encouraged a lot of buyers to come back to buy gold. They've probably seen the promise of gold come back, and that's how they're encouraged to it. And most of them have already invested in gold, so they're happy with the final results on the metal.
Correct. So any sort of trend that you're observing currently as far as gold is concerned?
The gold price has risen by over 10% in a short span of time. So it's going to surely hit the consumer from psychic point of view of a budget. And for that reason, we've already developed a budget line, which is a lightweight jewelry line, so that the consumer still takes home what he desires as a product and doesn't compromise on that. Nevertheless, he gets a lighter weight jewelry, so which is really important. So the piece of jewelry looks equally large, however the weight is less. So you can still fit into the budget of the consumer, and that's the line that we've concentrated for the Diwali season.
Right. As far as the import duty is concerned, sir, when gold was around 28,000, it was still at 10%, and going ahead now when the prices are going northwards, it's still at 10%. Do you think that somewhere needs to be changed, or there needs to be some sort of policy interventions in these cases?
Yes, there has been quite a lot of discussion from our federation to the concerned departments, and A is the immediate correction of the customs duty, because now we've got 3% GST over and above the customs duty, which is a cost to the metal. The other is, as you said rightly, the gold price has started from 25,000 to 28,000 to now 32,000. In all cases, the percentage of customs duty has remained constant, which I don't think should be correct. So I feel there should be an intervention on that part, and a benchmark figure should be derived at. Hypothetically, 250 rupees a gram or 260 rupees a gram should be the number that we would look at then scenarios. And this should be a figure which should be what the revenue department should be more concerned with, more than the value of the gold, in the international markets. So that's how the gold pricing would not be overpriced in the Indian consumer perspective. At the same time, when a difference in price comes in picture, there is always a possibility of smuggling which comes majorly, which is the parallel market takes a big role. Because of the differential prices, a 10% plus 3, which is 13% price difference from the international market, is a very, very lucrative parallel market scenario. And that needs correction. So that's where these two things should help. Obviously, a parallel market increase doesn't help the revenue department in any manner. In fact, it causes other problems, which also needs correction further ahead. So just correcting the gold customs duty at one point of time itself, I should say, takes care of many other issues.